everybody, and welcome to the P Money Podcast. This is your host, P Money, from the show Unguarded, and today's show will feature Sonny Weaver of the Cincinnati Bengals, Tom Monteith of the Minnesota Vikings, and Hellaby 26 of the St. Louis Rams. I hope you enjoy today's show. All right, everybody, this is P Money here from Unguarded, and I have the pleasure of having Sonny Weaver on the phone, the owner, GM, and coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, who are currently 3-1 in Madden Bombers League in Season 7. Sonny, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, your team's off to a great start. I think you had one of the, or if not the top draft. You were huge in free agency. You want to talk about some of the moves you made in the offseason that's got you to this point here today?
Yeah, sure. So, towards the end of last year, we started evaluating what was out there in the free agency class. Looked at the draft class, kind of identified a couple places we were going to need some help. We started off in the free agency, identified a couple guys on the line we were interested in. The big one being Khalil, the center. Got him locked up early on in free agency, solidified the line. Made an offer there for Long, the left tackle. Didn't pan out. When that happened, we kind of knew we were going to have to shift our sights towards the draft there for tackle. Added some nice depth guys, I should say. Made some big plays on cornerbacks. Unfortunately, we had a great group last year, but they're towards the back end of their careers, and we thank those guys for their service, but we had to move on from them. So a lot of moves there in free agency, which led up to the draft. Real excited about the draft. Brought in Fulton, the left tackle. Kids played lights out so far this year. I can't complain too much. Cornerback, brought in Garrett Thomas. He's a stud. He's working his way up and working on some just understanding the game, seeing how it plays at this level, catching on to the speed. He's working his way up the depth chart. And really the guy to watch out is going to be Israel Boykin, the free safety. We took him in the 4th round. We're kind of watching him the whole draft. He started falling for some reason. Other guys weren't seeing him. I really like the kid. He's a hard-hitting, fast safety. And we got him in the 4th. And, Raphael Bush is playing great for us right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Boykin gets that spot towards the end of the year.
Hey, you got a receiver in Tarek Alberry, 6'4", 234-pounder out of LSU. He was drafted, I guess, back in the Season 2 draft. It looks like he's off to a great start for you this year.
Yeah, Tarek, he's a professional. He knows what to do. He comes in, he works every day. When he got here, he had to work on some things. His route running was a little bit off. He got away with some stuff in college he just couldn't get away with here. So he worked hard with the coaching staff, got that ironed out. The big thing with him, he's happy to have Mike here. We brought Mike in free agency, and he's really helped him out. They're getting on the same page. They're connecting on the deep ball, getting some underneath stuff going. I'm excited. I'm excited to have him. Him and Cody Latimer have really kind of latched onto each other. They're working hard, and I'm excited about the way the passing game's working out this year.
Yeah, man, it's coming together for you. What do you think about the division? Who's going to be your biggest competition?
The Browns, we had a tough game with them. We dropped it in overtime. Came down to basically the last play, and that defense is tough. Anytime you play them, you gotta buckle your chin strap up, go after them. Fell a little short last time. Hopefully next time through we get to open up their new stadium. I'm excited to see it, but hopefully we leave their fans a little bit disappointed.
Cool, man. Hey, AFC's wide open. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. It works out great. I got Jacksonville on the other line there. I think they're calling about Borders again. They're trying to trade him. I keep telling them I don't want them, but they keep sending them back.
Yeah, man, it comes down to developing people, and that owner is just he will not work with him. He won't develop him. He keeps dumping him. The poor kid's lost all of his confidence. I'm just not sure what's in the future for that kid. I think the owner, the GM, the coach of the Jaguars, Todd, has absolutely just destroyed this guy, and it's sad to see, honestly.
It really is. It's sometimes just luck where you fall. You fall to the wrong owner, and things go bad.
Exactly, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you joining Unguarded today, and we'll see you on the field.
All right, thanks.
I'd like to welcome Tom Monteith to the podcast. You're the owner of the Vikings, and I think you're off to a great start. You've obviously done a good job of kind of taking this team out of the financial dooms and really building it. But what's been your strategy in building this team?
Well, from the beginning, I wasn't really a big fan of how their offense defense was. So I started with the offense first few years, and I think I got that right around where I want now. So for this third season and the next season, I focused my draft on the defense and the free agency through the defense, and I think our defense is starting to come up to where we want it to be now as well.
You've got a good offensive mind, obviously, but Madden 15 changed quite a bit with how defenses play. What type of work did you have to do, or what's been your strategy? Because I think you're one of the best at reading defenses, making adjustments at the line of scrimmage, and it obviously shows in your offense as one of the tops in the league.
Well, honestly, the biggest part is pretty much what you said is reading the plays at the line of scrimmage. You call a play, go into the line, and if you feel like it's not going to work, you got to change at the line. Some people will just stick with what they have, but I try to, once I get to the line, I try to and see if I think it's going to be a man or a zone defense, and I'll audible the play accordingly. And that's definitely the main part, is making the reads at the line of scrimmage.
You're in a great division. You got a lot of great owners in it. Pretty cool division to be in. I think everybody's active. But what's your message to your division opponents right now?
My message to my division opponents is not to overlook us. We've been in the bottom of the NFC North for the last couple seasons, but I think the Vikings are finally starting to get it together and come on strong here. We're off to a real great start here. And these division matchups, they are tough every year. I've pretty much lost most of them every season, but we started off, we beat Bomber last week and beat Lip 2 weeks ago, so we're off to a nice division start, and I think they're going to have their work cut out for them.
What can your future opponents expect from the Vikings this season?
I think everyone's looking for the offense, because we've had a great offensive team for the last couple of years, but I think they're going to be surprised with how good our defense is. We got a couple nice players from the draft that are really coming up nice for us, and definitely got a couple big free agents that are playing well. And I think that they're going to be surprised at what our defense is going to do for the rest of this year.
Other messages for anybody else in the league that you'd like to put out there? You've been pretty boisterous in chat about going undefeated, winning the Super Bowl. Any special message for any of the owners out there?
I'll make a personal message first for Sonny Weaver. He thinks that he's going to run me down in I forget what week we play, sometime around week 10 or something like that. He thinks he's gonna hand it to me, but I don't think so. He claims Darquez is one of the best corners in the game, but he has yet to experience the power of Shaynon Gresham, and that guy is make Darquez Denard look a little silly. Also, I want to have a message for Dark AJ. He for some reason thinks he can take down the Vikings as well, but I'm just going to claim right now that we will not let the Steelers score. It will be a shutout for sure.
Excellent predictions there. I love it, and I appreciate you participating in the podcast today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Next up is Hellaby26 discussing his St. Louis Rams and his decision making.
You just gotta let guys go. It was tough to let some guys go. I had some young talent that I wanted to re-sign, and I had to let them go to free agency. And I tried to keep my core players: Robert Quinn, James Laurinaitis, Marcus Joyner. This team was wrecked, and it starts on defense. And I started building through the draft. I got Markel Harper, first round cornerback. He's been pretty damn good. He's got 2 interceptions, and hell, he could have a lot more if he'd start getting his head around quicker. That and Horace Sturdivant, I think he's passed Quinn on the rotation in the D-line, so he's been big for us as well.
Looks like you're getting some nice picks. LaMarcus Joyner is doing well for you. Harper each have 2 picks apiece, and then you've got got a little bit of pass rush. I'm sure you'd like that to be more. You've got 5 sacks on the season. Quinn's got a couple of those, and then your left end Clark's got a couple. I think you and I had talked before. It talks, all starts up front, and I know you're going to be working to build that without a doubt. What do you think the future of your team? Maybe that next piece you need to add.
Honestly, I think just another pass rusher would help tons. Just to get another rotational guy in there. Like you said, Quinn's doing all right, but Quinn isn't living up to being Robert Quinn. That and definitely another corner. I mean, Markel is a great player, but he doesn't have much help. Denard's been all right. He's been a great tackling corner, but he's been getting beat quite a bit in coverage. Eric Weddle, the veteran, he's been all right, but he hasn't been able to play much just because of the young talent that I want to get on the field. And honestly, I've been impressed with my linebackers. I mean, Roosevelt Dixon, Brian McNeil. Brian McNeil has been phenomenal. I've actually played him at end a little bit, and he's got one forced fumble, and he's got, I think, sixth on the team in tackles. And then veteran Josh Norman has been pretty good for me as well.
Excellent, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you joining us today, and we'll see you on the field.
Yep, you too, man. Good
Thanks.
luck.